Hello there. Welcome back to a new video. There she goes. Welcome back to a new video. So in today's video, I have a double review that I mentioned previously I would do it. So now is that double review, and this double review is a review of Born to Run by Micheal Morpergo and Boy with a Tiger's Heart by Coggin. So, this is going to be a two-part review, where the first half is reviewing Born to Run, second half is reviewing this one. So, let's begin with it. But first, just want to show you, I'm currently reading Anne Frank. This is my current book. I'm really confused with it at the minute because I can't find this on any copy on the internet. I could just be dumb. I'm probably dumb. But even Goodreads couldn't find the one with this on it.
Did you search by cover?
Yeah.
You know for barcode?
Yeah.
You know for number, if you search that number, you can find it.
Fair enough. Well, too late for that now. So, that's my current read.
You know say who I am?
They know who you are, Kitty. So, firstly, just quickly to clarify, the reason that it is a double review is because I don't know how good I'm going to be at reviewing each of these books. So I'm going to... Huh?
I love you.
Love you. So I'm going to do a double review just because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in time. And it's been a couple of months since I read this, to be honest. So I was reading another book, which is going to be another video. Two after this. This one, then the next one, then the one that I was stuck on for 2 months. No, it's not because it was a bad book. It was a good book. But it took me forever. So anyway, we're going to start. Born to Run by Micheal Morpergo. This book, I am personally really fond of it. Like, I'm a dog lover in real life. That's partly why I probably own this. Because I've owned this since like 2015. I probably saw a dog on the title and was like, right, that's mine. So that's probably why I own it, to be fair. So basically, this is the story of a dog who was found as a pup in a bag with a bunch of his other pup mates by a little boy. He jumped in a river and saved him. So I do want to clarify, spoiler warning. So if you just want to go off the fact it's a good book that's really sad, just go off that. Just to warn you. So yeah, he saves this dog, and he decides to keep it and names it Best Mate. That's his first name. So they are together for a while until eventually this really mean copper decides, I'm going to steal that dog. So he steals it for his races. So then he lives with this girl for a while who has another dog who's just like him. And they stay together for a while. He does some races. It's nice. You think he might stay with her. And then it turns out that the dog there was another dog, as I said, that Best Mate becomes friends with. He's not called Best Mate anymore. He's had his name changed. And so that dog broke its leg in a race, and the girl wants to keep him because obviously she's grown attached to that dog. So the stepdad's like, fine, whatever. But then the dog is gone the next day. So her and Best Mate go off to try and find it, just to find it in a wheelbarrow and then get shot in the face. And she doesn't want this to happen to Best Mate. So she leaves. She leaves with him, goes on the streets, writes an I'm leaving letter and everything, and goes to the nearest town. Where I'm not going to go into full detail, because again, almost made me cry. But basically, they Lots of stuff goes on. They have no food. They have no water. The girl almost dies twice, but best mate doesn't leave her. Till eventually she gets taken to the hospital. She's found and taken to the hospital because she was like stabbed or something by a homeless man. So she's taken to the hospital, and the best mate is taken by this old man who's the one who took the girl to the hospital and then called her parents. And she let best mate be taken by this man. She was like, I'm okay with this. So the old man takes best mate, but again changes his name. I don't remember what he's changed to because again I haven't read this in like 6 months. I've forgotten. So he has him now. He's given him his own name again. So it carries on. They're together on boat rides for a while, and then eventually he's on the boat with the old man, and he hears a voice he recognizes. So he leaps out of the boat and is sniffing around, and he remembers where he is. He's back at his original home. So he runs off looking for the boy's home because he remembers where it is. So he gets to the door and scratching for it. He wants to get in, but no one's answering the door. So he walks off all sad, and the old man finds him. But then they're also found by a young lad with his dog. That young lad is best mate's original owner, but he doesn't recognize best mate as much as best mate wants him to. So he just said, so the kid's like, I had a dog like that once. He was called Best Mate. Loved him, but he went missing one day. I've never seen him since. So Best Mate's happy that he's been remembered, but the dog, but the boy can't tell that the dog is Best Mate. So the boy leaves with his new dog, never seen by Best Mate again. So Best Mate stays with the old man, and they stay together. I'm going to assume till the old man dies. Because it's an old man. I doubt. Either the dog dies first or the old man dies first. Either way, one of them dies first. But I'm guessing that he stays with him till he dies or the old man dies, and that's where the story ends. He's happy with the old man. He doesn't, as much as he loved the boy and the girl, he wants to stay with the old man now. The old man's his home, and whatever his name was, I've forgotten. Hang on, what did his name become? Yeah, he misses him, Alfie, his old owner. He misses Becky, the girl. But he's got Joe now. That's it, Paddywhack. He was called Paddywhack by the old man. Old man name. Um, so he stays with Paddywhack, and he's happy. Or he stays with Joe, as he's Paddywhack, and he's happy, and that's where it ends. He's happy with the old man. I cried. Well, no, I didn't cry. I almost cried. I was like this close. You gave me one more bit of that, and I would have cried. But at the same time, I'm happy with where that ends. I think that was the perfect place to end it on Marco Morpergo's part, as much as it made me cry. Almost. But yeah, 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, obviously, because it's a, banger book. There's perspective shifts from from the world talking to the dog talking. And, it's interesting. And I'm very interested to read more of Marco Morpergo's books. I got 2 of there, Warhorse and Pirate Peaceful. So hopefully they're going to be just as good as this one. There will be a slight difference because I don't have an emotional attachment to those like I do to this because of how long I've had this and because it's about a dog. But should be read. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I do definitely recommend this book. I'm getting it again by basically I'm buying a bunch more books, and this was in the collection of the ones I'm buying, so I'm giving it to Kitty. So I'm hoping she'll read it. She might not. She probably won't review it, but I'm hoping she will read it and enjoy it like I did, even if not as much. Considering I've just spoiled it. But yeah.
I'll probably forget.
Huh?
I'll probably forget by the time I actually read it.
Okay. But yeah, but yeah. Good book. Recommend. Please read. Okay, we're 10 minutes in. Cool. That means I did good. Okay. Next book. Good one. Next book is a book like I would say Born to Run is perfect. I wouldn't say the next one is perfect, but it's good. It is a good book.
It's perfect.
Kit thinks Kit says it's perfect. Boy with the Tiger's Heart. I did really enjoy this book. It's the first book I read that wasn't a book made for young children, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Matilda. All them ones that are literally down there in a box. You saw me pack them up. Um, it starts off really strong right at the beginning. It's really strong. You're introduced to the main girl. She's wild. She's not accustomed to proper human life. And you meet the old man who's kept her for whatever reason. He shoots himself. Thumbs up. Great job. But so she escapes, so she doesn't die. So she runs off. She meets this lad. She goes home with him, and her mum rats her out, so she has to run again. And then meets a boy Tiger's Heart. Well, she meets a boy who's a bit like disfigured and veins all over. He's effed up. And we later learn he has animal parts because he died and got revived by his dad, who's the guy who shot himself at the start. And he's got so like the eyes of the eyes of like an eagle and some other things, and then he's got a tiger's heart. That's what I still remember because it's the title. So they go off searching for the end of like this terrible civilization. They go off searching for the wild zone, like a wilder area where they can all live wildly. And on their way there, they meet the boy originally. The boy's mum ratted her out, and she doesn't trust him, which is fair enough. And he also doesn't trust him, fair enough. But the lad's just kind of there for the rest of it. He kind of like follows along, don't do anything. I think the one thing he does is find out that the snakes aren't dead, and he saves the boy with the tiger's heart at one point, but she helps. Yeah, this book, it was good. Again, I will again 5 stars, and it's a hardcover, so I get some more points for that because I like hardcovers. Though that I won't let that affect the star rating. It will still be the same amount of stars if it was not hardcover, but I like hardcovers.
Paperback.
Huh?
Paperback.
What's paperback?
That's another type of book.
I know another type of book is paperback, Kitty. But yeah, hardcovers are my personal favorite kinds of books, so paperback is still great too. Most of my books are most of the books I own are paperbacks. I love hardcovers, but I don't buy them because they're more expensive. Too much money. But this book, unlike that one, which was just like depression the whole way through, but it was like, do you know the kind of depression where you're sad as hell reading something or watching something, but yet you still smile at it while being miserable reading it? Not miserable like you hate the whole thing, miserable like it's upsetting you. You're getting saddened by the story, but you're still smiling at the same time. That was that book. With this book, it was really sad because it was so good at the start. For the first 6 chapters, it was like perfection, in love, best thing I've ever read at the time. I've read better now, obviously, but I'm reading more. But about 6 chapters in, it kind of loses itself a little bit. She stops being all wild and just turns into a girl. She was a girl anyway, but I don't know. She's by chapter 6. She's not wild and defensive and I have a knife. I'm gonna stab you. By chapter 6, she's just kind of just I don't know, a girl who doesn't know what city she's in. Poor Tiger's Heart yells at her a few times, which was funny. Um, and it I don't know. It was good. I'm not gonna say it wasn't good. And there was this cool guy who only had one eye. and like he like recorded her, and that's how he found her. Like I thought that was really, I thought that was smart. I was sat there when I learned he had a recording eye, and like previously in the book he like saw a girl in a cloak, and I was just like, oh no, oh no. But you know I mean, there you go. That's something that's good about it. But like, don't know. I've forgotten all the names now. I've forgotten all the names. Jay Jay's the one with the tiger's heart, I think. And then KS is the one whose mum ratted Nora out. That's it, Nora. Nora's the girl. That's not a problem with the book that I forgot their names. It's because I haven't read it in so long. The names have just left, just like with Born to Run. So there's only certain things I remember the character names to, like things I've either watched as a film, things I've seen or read many times. You know, I have to do it a few times to remember the names, unless I hear the name a lot. Like obviously, I remember the Star Wars names. I've not long read Ugly Love at the time of filming this, and the names of that are just all up here. You know, we've got Miles Archer. Proceeds to forget the name. Tate. No, there you go. Tate Collins. Tate Collins. Yeah, says I remember the names. Forgets the names immediately. That just shows my intelligence in a nutshell. But yeah, it's not a fault of this book though, and it's not a bad read. Again, I would recommend it, but just I don't know. Don't expect like the same feeling the whole way through. It kind of shifts halfway through. It goes. If I could like tell you like the kind of goodness level, perfection, meh, but still good, perfection. It's just like the middle just kind of slows down a bit, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's still a good. It's just it kind of loses it a little bit. It loses momentum. There we go. It's still good, but everything just like goes to a halt in the middle. I don't know if Kit would agree with me on that, but that's just how it felt for me. At the start, I was zooming through the pages, which I couldn't do at the time. I struggled to read books. I still can't. I mean, I still do. Like I can't. I'm struggling to read this because the words are small. Um, but the words in this are big. But yeah, I just got by the middle. I was because I started reading it on just for a road trip, and let's say like chapter 2 to chapter like 15 were on this really long drive. I think we're going to Scotland when I was reading this, and it might have been something else, but we were going somewhere far away when I was reading this. And by the time I got to chapter like 13, everything had started to slow down, so I was struggling a bit more. I was wanting to go back to my music that I normally listen to in the car, but before that, I was like staring at this the whole time. But then it was slowing down, and I couldn't. I can't read for too long. I can read for a while. I mean, I read Ugly Love the other night. I read 100 pages in about an hour and a half. I was proud of myself for that. Very, very proud of myself. Probably 2 hours was more accurate, but still. This I was really proud of myself for how quickly I was reading it, but then it slowed right down halfway through. And then it was slow. It took me a couple days to get through a few chapters, and then the end came back. Where again, as I said, it rises up again, and I was again zooming right all the way through again. So if you do want to pick this one up, I would definitely recommend it. Just be prepared for it to slow down in the middle. Not just like it's not fast paced, punching you in the face every couple of seconds with its speed. Just expect it to just kind of stop in the middle. Not stop, but like they're trying to hide, so they're kind of not really doing anything. Like it's kind of hiding a little bit. So be prepared for that. But again, other than that, I think it's a great book, and I would recommend it. I would read it again one day, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, possibly. If I ever do, I'd make a video revisiting The Boy with a Tiger's Heart. But that is getting way ahead of myself. That is. So I think I'm going to end it there, even though this was not as comprehensive and thought out of a review of this one as this one, but that's because I don't know, there's not less to say, but I had less to say about this one. I really liked it. There was still less to say about this one than this one. So that's where I'm going to end the video. I'm going to actually show you now doing what I technically did it. I did it months ago, but I'm going to show you putting it in the box. Though you won't hear me very well because I'm moving away from my microphone. So sorry about that. So again, as you can see, the Roald Dahl books are all in here, all nice, packed nicely. So first, we're going to put in Born to Run, and then Boy with a Tiger's Heart. Oh, and there's my next review right here. You'll see it soon. I read all of the Star Wars Adventures in Wild Space series, and you'll see what I thought of them soon. Very good little books. Yeah. You'll see what I think of them soon. But, yeah. Yeah, okay, so with that said, I'm now going to end this video, and I will see you guys in the future. So if you did enjoy this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If not, feel free to dislike it. I'm not gonna stop you. If you want to see more rambles and not really intelligently thought videos like this, maybe hit the red button down there. If not, it's cool. I wouldn't do it. But if you feel like you want to, go for it. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys whenever. Okay. Toodles.